Hey, you're listening to gwot.rocks, God, the World, and Other Things. I'm Kenny Price, your host. Our mission? You got it. Say it with me. Advancing equilibrium in the midst of an agitated world. This is Season 15, Episode 324. Title, Time for Your 6-Month Checkup. Subtitle, Where We Are in the Space-Time Continuum. It really is hard to believe that half of 2023 is already gone. This podcast is originally airing on July 3rd, 2023. The day before our National Day of Celebration of Independence from the British rule, marked by the signing of the Declaration of Independence by the Continental Congress on July 4th, 1776. I don't always give a shout out to this, but I think in light of where we are as a nation, it's important that we remember our roots and where we came from. The reason why we've enjoyed these graces and these bountiful harvests and this beautiful terrain and our warm deep water ports and our navigable rivers that allow people to go to the very heart of our nation. The genius of this document was God-given, and it birthed a nation unlike any in the history of the world. The recognition by the document signers that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. My friend, this is revolutionary in its origination and its impact, and for those of us who live here in the United States, we are immensely blessed by God in spite of the circumstances of great national unrest and dissension in which we find ourselves presently. In spite of that, the United States of America is still the best place to live on earth. And I thank God that I was born an American. Here are some things we need to put on our radar screen to aggressively engage living and not allow things to just slip up on us, to fall through the cracks. Most of us live such busy lives, it's easy to allow one day to slide into the next without living intentionally, which erodes our God-given rights of pursuing a life with gusto, fully embracing our personal liberties, and pursuing with tenacity a life of happiness. Here are some calendar calibrations coming up. Hey, it's hard to believe summer solstice, the longest day of the year, is coming up quickly on Wednesday, June 23rd, and the day will be right at 16 hours of daylight. The position of the noonday sun will appear unchanged over the next few days following. Then we will begin the shortening of the days that bottoms out on winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, on Friday, December 22nd. In the northern hemisphere, the date marks the 24-hour period with the fewest daylight hours of the year. That is why it's known as the shortest day of the year or the longest night of the year. That's a way to think about it, with almost 9 hours more darkness than summer solstice. At this point, we are still set as a nation to change the clocks back 1 hour on Sunday, October 29th at 2 a.m. Now, if you're a good Texas Aggie, and only Aggies or people who understand Texas Aggie jokes will understand, be sure to set your clocks to wake up at 2 a.m. so you can fall back the time 1 hour. But from Monday, the 3rd of July, 2023, to Monday, December 25th, 2023, Christmas Day, it's just 175 days away. My friend, that's just 5 months and 22 days. It will be here before you know it, so start shopping now to beat the rush. Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, is the next presidential election. That is just 490 days from now until Election Day, or 1 year, 4 months, and 1 day. It is not too early to start praying now and pray the prayer that never fails, as Jesus prayed, that God's will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. We've added some important updates to our Life Help section on our home base website. There will be 3 thematic series added with hyperlinks to the episodes from gwot.rocks, pulling together all the podcasts that are connected by the common theme. Plain Revelation series, Empowering Encouragement Now. We're now, I think, on episode number 44. The third grouping will be the episodes that springboard off of songs. I'll be writing a 5-part miniseries on creation that will air on the 5 Thursdays in August. I'll also be working on an episode on alcohol titled Drink Responsibly, which, if God honors my prayer requests, will be supported by our YouTube channel, Other Things, and I'll be talking with people that are the heads of key organizations like MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Alcoholics Anonymous. 3 other ideas baking in the oven include the anatomy of a sin, In the Night, and the God element. As we ski down the back slope of 2023, Here are some encouraging words that can help you be a difference maker in these serious days. Number 1, oppose the onslaught of wickedness in secret by fervent, enthusiastic prayer. We need to do what 1 Thessalonians 5:17 says. We need to pray without ceasing. Number 2, oppose the onslaught of wickedness in public by clear and straightforward testimony. The Apostle John declares the saints of God overcame Satan by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. We make things so complex sometimes and lose confidence in the all-conquering supernatural power which is embedded in us through the blood of the resurrected Jesus, and the opening of our mouths and talking about what Jesus has done for us personally. My friend, there is supernatural power in the word of your testimony. Number 3, warn with sensible boldness those who are walking in sync with the demonic spirits that are running roughshod over America the Beautiful and all its inhabitants. Be bold. Number 4, do what you can to train the young people in the gospel truth. It can be through direct involvement in a Bible club for kids. It may be that your giftedness is to make money, and you take that money and financially support children and youth evangelistic endeavors. Number 5, aid in spreading the light of Christ more thoroughly. The light of Christ disperses the darkness. Satan hates the light of God's word and gospel story that leads people out of darkness into light. Number 6, what are we doing to spread the Bible? Physically spread the Bible. And before we discount that, I want to remind you that the Beatles wrote the song Rocky Raccoon, and in that they mention Gideon's Bible. My friend, to think about the fact that because the Gideons took enough time to put those Bibles in hotel rooms, the Beatles came into contact with God's Word. And the type of people they are, I guarantee you that they read the Bible. Number 7, use social media in well thought out, encouraging words and videos that have the potential to reach around the globe through the fascinating power of the World Wide Web. My friend, do what you can through the tools that God is providing to us really almost free of charge to communicate the truth of the gospel and encouraging words based on God's word through this massive tool we have called the World Wide Web, the internet. Number 8, ask yourself these 2 questions. What can I do? Friend, what is your unique giftedness that God has given to you in order to fulfill the Great Commission? Have you asked yourself lately, what can I do to be a difference maker in this world? What can I do to bring an element of joy to someone else's life? What can I do to give a word of hope to someone who is dead in trespasses and sin? The second question is just as important. What will you do? Ask yourself, what am I going to do? Am I going to do anything? Am I doing anything now? My friend, these are great questions to ask ourselves. What can I do? Get that clear in your head. The second thing is determine what will you do? And with that, my friend, I bid you peace.